Good afternoon, and welcome to the A4LE presentation on school safety and security. I'm Ken Thacker with VMDO Architects in Charlottesville. I'm here today with my colleague at VMDO, Bryce Powell. Bryce and I are part of our K-12 studio, specializing in school projects throughout Virginia and farther afield. Together, we have over 50 years of school design experience. We're joined by one of our most respected clients, Dr. Mac Dewis, who is Chief Operations Officer of Bedford County Public Schools. Mac has been a key member of our Forest Middle School team from the very beginning, collaborating on this incredibly challenging and rewarding project. Bedford County's recent $25 million Forest Middle School expansion increases capacity to 1,200 students with a new addition featuring a secure entrance, competition gymnasium, additional arts and media spaces, and most importantly, transformational learning environments for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. The project would add significant new learning space to a 1994 building, reconfigure site circulation, and provide targeted renovations to a limited number of existing facilities. A key goal of the project was to replace nearly 25-year-old modular classrooms, initially thought of as temporary, but that had clearly outlived their welcome on this campus. The openness and separateness of these remote trailers created a sense of unease among all learners and spurred a committed effort among the design team to create a cohesive, safe, and secure campus.
In order to allow foot traffic to and from these modular units in the school building, doors in both were kept unlocked. This and exposure to weather during travel in and out posed a serious security threat to the school community.
As it was essential for school to continue uninterrupted in this location, an important part of the design process involved coordinating planned new construction and renovation activities with the existing school calendar.
The new school gymnasium is designed to serve as a protected shelter from weather and other emergency events. In addition, it provides learning and activity space during and after school, more than doubling the square footage for physical education, instruction, and activity. By increasing the seating capacity and court size in the new gym from the original undersized facility, athletic competitions at Forest Middle are safer events now. There's less crowding of the court and common areas, enabling spectators to keep a safe distance from participants.
We're going to present 13 different concepts on school security and safety. The first one is separation of vehicular and pedestrian flow. As seen in these initial site concepts, where the main road is at the top of the screen, minimizing conflict between cars and people is a common sense goal of all of our site planning projects. It is a particularly sensitive topic in Forest, as a child was tragically killed in the Forest Middle School parking lot some years ago. By reconfiguring bus and car circulation on the site, plenty of on-site queuing space was formed by looping the car line to the back of the site, and a clear path was created between the school and the playfields. The blue line represents that clear path for students to move between the school and the playfields. Principle number 2, a singular entry. A clearly identifiable school entrance helps to direct all visitors to a central check-in location, simplifying monitoring responsibilities and making intruders who approach other school entrances more obvious. At Forest Middle School, an existing sculptural entry canopy was relocated and incorporated in the new design to emphasize the school's entry point.
All doors are now secured with badge access technology rather than keys. This gives school staff greater control of who can gain entry, through which entrances, and when.
Principle number 3, views from the front office. Abundant exterior windows at the reception area allows the school staff there to monitor everyone approaching the school. In this view from the reception area, front office staff have a commanding view of the school parking lot, of students, and of visitors. The school resource officer's office, just to the left in this view, has a similar view and overlooks the secure vestibule as well. The glass used in this area of the building is laminated to resist forced entry. Principle number 4, the secure vestibule. Once through an initial entryway, lockable interior doors redirect all visitors to the receptionist, where they are properly screened and further visitation is authorized. In this view, the bold red arrows represent the student pathway into school in the morning. Once students enter the school and the interior vestibule doors are locked, the only pathway into the school is to the left to the reception desk, where visitors are checked in appropriately. Principle number 5, discrete guidance entrance. A modest entrance to this suite off the beaten path gives students a chance to duck in to see a counselor without attracting the attention of their classmates.
Repurposing this original school office space into a private and respectful suite allows for expanded mental health services, placing the counseling staff in spaces connected to community mental health agency personnel and the school clinic.
Principle number 6, a cool down zone. Outside of the principal's office and separate from the school's public lobby, a small safe space is provided for agitated students who can wait to meet with administrators without being seen or heard by others. Principle number 7, improving internal circulation. Previously arranged as a long singular spine, this new enlarged school is arranged around an oval of circulation, reducing traffic congestion and offering multiple pathways for teachers and staff to quickly respond to incidents. In this view, an open second-story occupiable bridge connects the original school at the top of the plan with the new parallel addition at the bottom of the plan and overlooks the interstitial courtyard. This is a flexible and open space that, in addition for school circulation, serves as a project-based learning center and an expansion of the traditional library. Principle number 8, layers of security. Threats identified outside the school entrance can be thwarted by closing and locking intermediate doors that isolate learning communities from the school's entrance. These are represented by the red bars on the floor plan. A panic button in the school's reception area automatically releases magnets that otherwise hold these pairs of doors open. Bryce?
A key benefit to this strategy that we've used in multiple schools is that we're isolating wings of the building rather than simply isolating classrooms. This allows the interior of those wings to be designed in a much more open and connected manner, and creates a better overall interior environment for what is the primary function of this building, education. During an event, however, it allows staff to potentially work together should an incident occur rather than being isolated or cut off from each other in their own individual classrooms. So in the diagram, as Ken mentioned, the doors you see to the left are on hold opens, and they're represented by the red bars, and they essentially isolate the classroom bars from the yellow areas that are tied to major building entry points. There's always free egress in either direction, so depending on threats or other issues, there's multiple ways out of a given zone.
In addition to this technology feature, interior and exterior security cameras are posted throughout the original and new parts of the school to enhance supervision, with access for viewing by school administrators and the school resource officer.
Principle number 9, cloistered learning courtyard. The arrangement of the new addition parallel to the long axis of the existing school has created a long enclosed courtyard nearly fully protected from external threats. This space did not appear in this project's program. It was instead a found space or a kind of bonus room where a variety of learning and gathering activities can occur. A view of the courtyard with the media bridge overhead. Principle number 10, hard shell, soft middle. Throughout the design process, this client remained concerned about external threats facing the school. As such, exterior facing walls were made more substantial than interior walls, or walls that face the courtyard. Once inside the secure perimeter of the school, the environment is quite open, with views across classrooms to the courtyard, giving instructors the confidence to allow students to work independently outside of their rooms, and even in the out of doors.
This is a diagram that just shows the relationship of that classroom space to the courtyard, which is in green. The red arrows represent direct access points at ground level, the larger ones being from corridors and the smaller ones being direct access from classrooms themselves. And then the design of the interior environment allowed for more transparency, not only between the corridors and the classrooms, but also through some of these classroom spaces, allowing occupants to experience the courtyard, even if they're in the corridor space.
The design team was responsive to the concerns of school board members who worried about the security of the courtyard. Several features were considered, as shown in the pictures to the left, before the final design of a serpentine brick wall with steel gates at the end of this expansive outdoor learning area was settled upon.
This was a particularly challenging issue to resolve with the client, as Mac mentioned. The courtyard does have one, it was designed to have one open end with more distant views, but there was a desire that was a consensus among the school board to enclose that end and create an entirely enclosed courtyard. Still, there are views across the top of the wall, particularly from the media bridge, that are stunning. Principle number 11, combining open and closed classrooms. With an abundance of new studio classrooms giving students proximity to traditional enclosed classrooms for a rare but serious lockdown event was an important feature for this client. Similarly, the completely enclosed gym, as we showed previously, offers a space without glass that is protected from wind and storm events.
This is an example of one of the enclosed classrooms, and Just the diagram on the previous slide just showed how there's direct access from the classrooms that are open to the corridor to a closed classroom should they need to shelter in place.
Principle number 12, avoiding hiding places. This school aims to eliminate secluded places so that children can rarely be out of view of instructors or their peers. Stairwells, which are traditionally isolated places, are planned with openness and gathering opportunities nearby. Principle number 13, safety during construction. Because the construction of an addition is happening adjacent to a continuously operating school, special attention was paid to phasing plans, clear separation of construction zones, new circulation patterns, and robust safety barricades. Here is an example of a mailer that was sent to all parents prior to the school year in which school operations would be coincident with campus-wide construction, showing them exactly how they could expect traffic patterns to change before they arrived at school on day one of the fall semester.
Architecture can do only so much on its own. Boiling the preceding 13 points down to their essentials, we find that the transparency allows students to be visible to both staff and to each other, and that a unique school design, which is customized to suit its own culture and curricular initiatives, offers students a sense of place for which they can belong. The creation of a welcoming, open, inclusive environment supports teachers and staff in building a more cohesive culture, while the concepts of seeing and being seen, and thus the transparency that we've spoke about, are key components to enhancing safety and security within the school.
The variety of learning spaces in the school allows staff to co-teach, collaborate, and communicate in new ways to design learning opportunities. When teachers work closely together to support diverse learner needs, more attention can be paid to the social and emotional aspects of learning. As you have seen in the photographs of the school's interior, the purposeful and creative design of wayfinding signage and the inclusion of themed environmental graphics give a sense of structure and order to the overall design and connect the original and new parts of the building. The photography of a longtime teacher in the signage and environmental design situates the school in the larger community and ecosystem and promotes a sense of pride and community belonging in learners and staff. Beyond good design theories and practices, it takes a holistic mix of industries and services, bolstered by awareness, advocacy, and investment, to advance commitments to training, procedure development, mental health services, and other school safety resources. We hope this session offers a series of implementable design strategies that can be easily adapted by school districts across the country, with the encouragement that they be personalized for the specific needs, social, emotional, psychological, and economical, of a community and its community of learners.
We thank you for your interest in our project. We invite you to contact any of us should you have any follow-up questions. On behalf of Bryce Powell and Mac Dewis, I thank you again.